Hey, Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. It's July 4th, 2016. The big news story early in the day is NBA superstar Kevin Durant leaving the Oklahoma City Thunder to sign with the Golden State Warriors. And in this video, I'm going to show why this news happened today and further prove that the NBA is a scripted act, meaning these players, they don't have a say in where they go. This decision today is not Kevin Durant's. It's the decision of his puppeteers, the Masons and Zionists who control the NBA, who control the media, and so much more. This story is big news. It is front page news on CNN and other mainstream news outlets. It's also the front page story on ESPN, the sports news reporting service, of course. In this video, we're going to talk about what Kevin Durant and Steph Curry have to do with each other. This is a picture from Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals. The Warriors advanced over the Thunder, coming back from down 3-1, only to lose in the NBA Finals, being up 3-1. Major parallel between Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, and the signing today, which we'll get to. What I noticed right away is this morning when ESPN was reporting, this is the picture they had up before the picture of him and Steph Curry. Notice he's in the orange jersey, the uniform they don't wear that much. He also has this mischievous look on his face. They chose this image, no doubt, because it's a mischievous plot what really goes on in the world of sports with scripting and duping fans and rigging games. This image communicates a lot to knowing eyes. With regards to that color orange, it's a very special color in symbolism, in gematria. Gematria is the practice of coding numbers into words. Orange has gematria of 33. Just like Stephen, or Steven as his name is spelled, the star player of Golden State. Just like Golden State as it's written when abbreviated. Also just like NBA Finals. In the NBA, there's only one team that has a true 33 gematria. That's Cleveland, who just won the NBA Finals. They were the 33rd team to be down 3-1, the first to come back and win. And of course, LeBron James was 31 years old, a lot like 3-1. Basketball equals 31 in gematria, all part of the script. So, since the end of the season, people have been asking me, where's Kevin Durant going to sign? And what I've told all those people is to go to my blog, look at the page where I have decoded every single NBA team name. I've done this for every major sport. You can find the pages on my blog for MLB, NFL, NBA, the rest. I have every city decoded. I have every name decoded. I have every city and team name decoded. So you can look at all the combinations. I told people, I said, look at the gematria of Kevin Durant and look at what the team names his name corresponds with. One of those names was the Warriors. The Warriors were a possibility. There are other teams, though, that Kevin Durant's name corresponds with. So anyhow, Warriors in gematria sums to 49, so does Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant was born in Washington, D.C. He was drafted into the NBA by the Seattle Supersonics, who became the Oklahoma City Thunder. Seattle's in Washington State. Washington in gematria also sums to 49. Remember, these athletes are Manchurian, meaning they were born and bred to be. As for him joining the Warriors, which has gematria 49 like Kevin Durant, remember, the Warriors are originally from Philadelphia. Philadelphia gets its name from Revelation in the Bible, the book of prophecy. Revelation 49, the city of Philadelphia named from Revelation, the Warriors originally from Philadelphia. The Warriors won the first NBA championship. It was really the BBA back then. They defeated the Chicago Stags in the first NBA championship in the year 47. And think about this year with Golden State and Chicago eclipsing their record. These teams have history. Gematria of Washington as well. Washington takes its name from Revelation. Philadelphia, the original capital. It went to New York temporarily and then to Washington. All three cities, major Revelation connections, which I've covered in other videos. Kevin Durant, the fact that he wears the number 35 also pops out. The word Catholic equals 35. It is the Catholic Jesuits who secretly run the NBA from the shadows. 35 was a huge number in these NBA finals. Draymond Green, the 35th overall pick, guarding LeBron. King James in gematria, the nickname sums to 35. The Cavs ended up defeating the Warriors on the real King James's birthday. Remember the 35th NBA Finals game of LeBron's career? They had that stat. First time he was held scoreless in a quarter. All of these numbers are symbolic. Last year, I was showing how the Philadelphia train wreck was synced up with the NBA Finals and the Pope's visit. This year, I was showing how the Pope's visit was synced up with the Catholic school winning the college basketball championship, Villanova, synced up with the Pope departing on the Jesuit order's birthday. This is really what's going on. If you're having trouble believing what I'm saying, don't believe, think, and go back and see all that I've documented to fully understand what I'm trying to communicate. Part of the reason number 35 is in Golden State. So Kevin Durant, his birthday is September 29th. He's 27 years old, again, born in Washington, D.C. From today, July 4th, to his upcoming birthday will be 88 days. And 88 was a big number for the Warriors this year. They finished their season with 88 wins. Their 88th win came exactly 88 days after Steph Curry's birthday. Think about the number 8, what it represents. It's the infinity symbol. It represents a continual loop, a cycle. 8 has a lot to do with representing time. Steph Curry's born on Pi Day, March 14th, having to do with cycles and circles, which also has to do with time. Again, the Warriors got their 88th and final win 88 days after Steph Curry's birthday on Pi Day. Also, Durant's going to California to play basketball now. California and Maryland are the only two states that have 88 gematria. Durant played his high school ball in Maryland. And you might recall that the final game, Game 7 between the Warriors and the Thunder lost with 88 points. Now, not only did they lose that game, they've lost their star player, Kevin Durant. Here's the score of that game, 88-96. Warriors won Game 7. Freemason equals 96. It is the Freemasons and Zionists running things by the numbers. Excuse me. I have allergies. Allergy season for me. Durant scored 27 in that game where they went down with 88. He's 27 years old. Remember, LeBron also scored 27 in Game 7. The Cavs, it was their 103rd game of the season, Game 7. 103 is the 27th prime number. LeBron scores 27 in the win in the 103rd game of the season for the Cavs. Earlier in the day, the actor Anton Yelchin was crunched by his car at age 27. He had 103 birth numerology. He was a ritual sacrifice for Game 7, one of many ritual sacrifices during the NBA playoffs. The New Testament of the Bible ends with Revelation, the book of prophecy. King James has a Bible named after him. Matthew, the first book of the New Testament, sums to 27 in gematria. Revelation, the 27th book. King James, 27 points, just like Durant in Game 7. All of this narrative is for what's to come this NBA season. And if LeBron stays put in Cleveland this year, I have a feeling we're going to see the same NBA Finals for the third time based on this Durant move to Golden State. And if that does play out, I suspect Golden State will win. LeBron will then have a reason to depart Cleveland and go to New York, where I suspect his future is. First, he needs a reason to leave. This upcoming season will be Kevin Durant's 10th season. The number 10 in gematria sums to 39. The Warriors became the 10th team to come back from 3-1 in a conference finals. All throughout the season, Steph Curry got several 39 tributes. His 39th 30-point game, he scored 39 points against the Spurs. Spurs in gematria equals 39. The Spurs were 39-0 at home before the Warriors upset them in that game. 39 is the number of books in the Old Testament of the Bible that Revelation, the book of prophecy, is based on. So Durant going to Golden State in the 10th season also fits the picture. Keep in mind, Steph Curry and LeBron James born 39 months apart in the same Akron, Ohio hospital. Akron, Ohio has the same gematria as prophecy. Revelation, the book of prophecy. Steph Curry and Durant were also born in the year 88, He signed 88 days before his birthday. Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, both born in 88. From Steph Curry's birthday to Kevin Durant's birthday is a span of 199 days. 199 is the 46th prime number. And in Psalm 46 of the King James Bible, it leaves 666 chapters remaining. And 666 is a number connected to the NBA Finals. Remember, LeBron equals 66. LeBron became the first player to go to 6 straight NBA championships since the year 66. 6 straight since 66, 666. LeBron equals 66. Revelation, the 66th book of the Bible. King James himself, born in the year 1566. So anyhow, this spacing between Durant, Curry, this is all evidence of how Manchurian these people are. I don't know if they're born through C-sections or what, but they really do line all this stuff up, and they really do plot out these players' careers before they're even born. What's really going on is the league is scripted. The teams that are to win with the symbolism, they're chosen, and in time, as these men are born, they're assigned into the right places because it's all plotted out. This is likely done by computer. Computer in English gematria is just like the NBA Finals, 666. Prophecy in Jewish gematria also equals 666. All of this is interconnected. In Psalm 46, we were just talking about 199, the 46th prime, Psalm 46 leaving 666 chapters. Just a little note, in Psalm 46 of the original King James Bible, the 46th word is shake. The 46th word from the back of Psalm 46, so if you count 46 words from the front and 46 words from the back, the 46th word from the front is shake. The 46th word from the back is spear, Shakespeare. They say Francis Bacon is who edited the King James Bible, and they say Francis Bacon is the real Shakespeare. Some people also say there's no Francis Bacon, there's no Shakespeare, they're both fictional characters. Any of this is possible. What it likely is a network of Masons creating friends to, give credit to their real accomplishments. The Freemasons like to remain invisible from the shadows. So, also with regards to 46 and its connections to King James and the Cavs winning on the King James's birthday, the Cavs' first season was 1970. They joined the league along with the Portland Trail Blazers and the Buffalo Braves. The Cavs became the 17th team to join the league. Ohio's the 17th state. NBA in gematria equals 17. This past season, it was their 46th season played. They'd been in the league starting 45 years earlier. It was their 46th season. This next season will be the Cavs' 47th season, which stands out because Ohio in gematria sums to 47. The word Christian equals 47. We're talking a lot about the Bible. Let us not forget that the Warriors from Philadelphia, named after Revelation, won the first championship in 47. So, another Cavs and Warriors championship. It's definitely in the numbers. I can see it happening. This will be the Cavs' 47th season. I suspect the Cavs will lose, though, falling on their number, and that will be the end of LeBron James traveling off to New York City. Today, the date that Durant signs with the Warriors, July 4th, 2016. The date July 4th in most parts of the world is written 4/7, a lot like 47. In the U.S., we write it 7/4. But today's date also has 47 numerology. The first time since 1917. July 4th, 1917 was this way. 99 years later, 47 again. Durant was also drafted by Seattle, a team on the 47th parallel. Ohio in Jewish gematria, this is just an observation. This could be a coincidence. Sums to 117. From LeBron James's birthday to Steph Curry's birthday, 1,170 days. And I really do think we're going to get this trilogy of an NBA Finals. You know, it'll probably make even more money next year than it did last year. So there it is, Durant and Steph Curry, the boys born in 88. 88, a huge number on the season. With regards to CNN's front page story, which they still got up, is Kevin Durant. Durant makes his choice. You know, the headline is contrived by the numbers. It is a direct lie. It says that Durant made a choice. I'm telling you, Kevin Durant made zero choice. These people are well-paid puppets. They participate in rigged basketball games. They go where their Masonic Zionist masters tell them. Durant makes a choice, has gematria of 206. And Royal Arch Freemasonry has this gematria. So does the Seattle area code, which is 206. Remember when the Seattle Seahawks won the Super Bowl? Go back and look at the box score. See how many passing yards Russell Wilson had. He had 206. Seattle's known for the 12th man. They got their first score 12 seconds into the game with a safety. Anyhow, Kevin Durant was originally drafted by the Seattle Supersonics on the 47th parallel before being moved to Oklahoma City when the team changed cities. The owner of Starbucks sold the team to an investor out of Oklahoma City. So anyhow, here's the coordinates for Seattle, 47th parallel, 122nd meridian. The Golden State Warriors in Oakland are also on the 122nd meridian, which cuts through San Francisco and Oakland. The Warriors went from Philadelphia to San Francisco to Golden State. Notice that Golden State and San Francisco both sum to 122. It was January 22nd this past year where the Cavs coach was fired and Steve Kerr returned for the 44th game of the season for the Warriors. The Warriors scored 122 points on January 22nd, something I predicted before the game. So just notice, Durant drafted on the 122nd meridian. Now he's going to play again on the 122nd meridian. The number 122 represents God in the Jewish faith. Elohim sums to 122. So does the word Freemason in the Francis Bacon Gematria method. And again, it is the Jews playing God by the numbers, scripting news, scripting history, scripting sports, duping the masses. We the people are a lot like Truman Burbank in The Truman Show. If you've never seen my work on that movie, check it out. All by the numbers, a grand mocking of us. So what else this makes me think about, though, the Seattle connection, is the NBA Finals that were just won by the Cavs. It was the first time that a road team won in Game 7 since 1978 when the Washington Bullets defeated the Seattle Supersonics. The team from Washington, D.C. defeated the team from Washington in Game 7 on the road in 1978. This year, the Cavs became the first team to do it. Look at this. NBA Finals 78, Cleveland 78. Cleveland, the first team to win on the road since 78. The last team, Washington Bullets, over the Sonics. And Washington, D.C., where Durant was born, drafted into the league by the Sonics in Washington State. This is all part of a grand script, an ongoing narrative. I'll probably have to pull up this video next summer when the NBA Finals are the Warriors and the Cavs again. And that's my prediction for now, that LeBron remains in Cleveland and meets this team in the NBA Finals. I don't think LeBron's going to leave for New York until he has a reason to. Losing to the Warriors would be a reason. And then watch, the Knicks will build this powerhouse team. I guess while we're here, I'll talk about Derrick Rose as well, since Derrick Rose just went to the Knicks. show you just how Manchurian this league is. Derrick Rose just days ago went from the Bulls to the Knicks. The date of the news was June 22nd. His birthday is October 4th. He went to the Knicks 104 days before his birthday. Remember, we just talked about Durant being born in 88, going to the Warriors 88 days before his birthday. Here's Derrick Rose going 104 days before his 10-4 birthday. Derrick Rose in gematria is the exact same thing as point guard. We're talking about Manchurian athletes born and bred to be. Derrick Rose is a point guard. Has the same gematria as Cleveland, Ohio. We'll probably see Derrick Rose and LeBron James as teammates in the years ahead. Maybe Carmelo Anthony as well, who was drafted one or two picks after LeBron, maybe 2 picks after. Notice that Madison Square Garden also has this gematria of 88, the big number today. And perhaps that's what we'll see in the future. Golden State Warriors versus New York Knicks NBA Finals. It's probably another one, maybe to pencil in 2 years from now. Derrick Rose, also born in 88. Fitting player to be heading to Madison Square Garden. New York's got the Revelation connections too. Revelation, the book of prophecy, the book of code. Very important numbers, very important concept to understand. Remember, earlier this year, Prince went to the March 3rd game between the Warriors and Thunder. He would die 49 days later. Remember 49, how it corresponds with Revelation, Kevin Durant, Warriors. He would die 49 days later. Prince was quoted in 2009 saying the only thing you can go by in this world is prophecy. The game he was at, the team scored 106 points. The final score was Warriors 121, Oklahoma City Thunder 106. 121 to 106. Let me just show this to you real quick. The March 3rd game with Prince and prophecy and Revelation. Check this out. Prince went on March 3rd. The Warriors won with 121. Warriors, the big way, is 121. The small way, 49. Now check out Revelation, the small way is 49. The big way, 121. Revelation's the book of prophecy. The Thunder lost with 106 points. 106 to 121 for the Warriors. And when you sum 106 and 121, what you get is 227. And 227 is the 49th prime number. Again, coming back to Revelation, the book of prophecy, Prince died 49 days after that game. Murder by numbers. He died on what is typically the 111th day of the year. The NBA Finals equals 111. His cause of death was released on Game 1 of the NBA Finals. This is how they continue to operate. The number 227 is also connected to pi. Steph Curry's born on Pi Day. Check this out. If you write 22 divided by 7, it sums to 314. If you get out a calculator, I'll just show you this, and you divide 22 by 7, you get the number for pi, which is 3.14. 22 divided by 7, 3.14. You write out 22 divided by 7 in gematria, 314. Steph Curry born on March 14th. Just trying to pound all of these points home to see how interconnected all of this is. It's all part of a grand scheme, and there's a reason these numbers are coded on all of these players who are Manchurian athletes. Derrick Rose is born on a date with 102 numerology as well as 121. Key of David equals 102, which is about bringing forth the prophecy of Revelation. It's written about in the same verse as the Church of Philadelphia. All of Derrick Rose's birth numerology connects. Basketball 31, basketball 40. He's got a Freemason coding in his name. He's heading to New York the year that Hillary Clinton is to become president. The Clintons, a political dynasty, originally out of New York. If you go back and watch my NBA Finals video, I show the history of the presidency and the NBA Finals. When the East wins, there's typically a Democratic president. Hillary Clinton, originally from Chicago. There's just so much that's in this scripting. There's so much that's synced up and planned out. You know, it takes a lot of research to really unfold everything that's here. And just for another big signing, there was just a record contract for Mike Conley Jr. He just signed a record $153 million deal. Remember, he was the teammate of Greg Oden at Ohio State. Greg Oden is who was drafted .1 overall over Kevin Durant in a horrible pick, which I knew at the time. I wasn't even really following sports, and I said, here we go again. Watch this. It's going to be Sam Bowie 2.0. The Portland Trail Blazers drafted a big center over Michael Jordan, who became injured and never really played. Then they did the same thing with Greg Oden over Kevin Durant. The NBA is a complete joke. You would have to be brain dead retarded to draft Greg Oden over Kevin Durant. How does a, billion-dollar sports franchise make such a stupid mistake? It's because it's all scripted, it's all a joke, it's all about punking the fans. Anyway, Mike Conley, born Michael Conley Jr., just signed a $153 million deal. Remember, these athletes aren't really getting this money. The reason that they show us all these headlines of these multi-million-dollar deals for these overpaid athletes is really a fuck you to we the people. The people who grind, work so hard, and make slave wages, have to constantly work just to keep up. Meanwhile, these athletes who don't do anything, who participate in scripted sports, are supposedly getting paid all these millions. Don't worry, they're not. If they were, poor black communities would be the richest communities in the United States of America by this point. They're not. They haven't improved at all. In fact, they've declined in the time that all these athletes have been signing these multi-million-dollar deals. This is all part of the grand show, the grand illusion. This is what keeps little boys' heads in the clouds, them not paying attention to reality, just practicing their sports because someday they want to grow up and be the multi-millionaires. But the thing is, they can't be because they're not born into the game. With regards to 153, it also connects to the NBA. NBA equals 17. If you add every number up to 17, it sums to 153. You can do this with almost every single sports contract in the world of sports. So often the contract syncs up with the name or something important about the player. All right, truth seeker. Until next time.